Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another crypto update. Long time no see. Was very busy in Japan for the trading community and business, but we are back in the charts. And as you can see, the total market cap for crypto looks pretty good. All in all, our game plan is all set. Going to 5.6 trillion. We have big news like the ETF for XRP got approved. Going to speak about that. Going to speak about our current open positions and trades that we spoke about last time and how they're doing, because we give trade ideas on these videos, right? Now, first of all, again, going into the total market cap, you can see that we have a little bit of a small correction right now, a very small one. Don't think that it's going to go too low. September historically is always a month that is pretty bearish, but I think we're still going to push through with bullish momentum, especially when now very soon the rate cuts come in, should be next days, and then we should see crypto flying, because if Dixie, which is the dollar index, which is this one over here, if this one goes down, then crypto goes up, right? So as you can see here, I always write it down: Dixie up, crypto down. Since Dixie is going down, crypto is going to go up, right? So I see a pretty strong drop in Dixie if the cuts comes in, right? The interest rate cuts. That also obviously is going to lower the Dixie, the dollar. So then crypto is going to go up heavily, and you can see that Dixie is not holding up very well. We are in this downside plunge. There's a lot of pressure in sales, right? You can see here we're getting sold off all the time, lower and lower. So that looks very, very good for crypto, right? So I think towards the end of the year run is going to be amazing, and we're going to increase pretty heavy. At the same time, our fair value zone, which is the blue one over here, became a buying zone, as you can see. So this one was our last resistance zone, if you want to call it that way. We call it a fair value zone over here. We got sold off a couple of times, but now this zone is kind of acting like a support, and you can see how it bounces off, especially here in this area, which is very, very good, right? If the old resistance in that sense becomes support, okay? So from here on, there's a very good probability of us soon going higher, okay? BTC dominance is slowly increasing again. Ethereum dominance is kind of coming down, which is exactly what we want to see. We want to see another Bitcoin pump, right? And it looks pretty much like that's going to happen. If you see how much the BTC dominance has dropped, there's a lot of correction potential, okay? Then USDT dominance, as you can see, is going up a little bit, which means more money is being swapped into USDT. But also right now, you can see it's going up a little bit, but we broke the bullish trend, which is very, very good. And then we should see a continuation of the bearish trend, which is very good for USDT dominance, because we want USDT dominance to drop. That means more USDT is going to go into the market. And if you see this, we have a good downtrend over here, pretty strong downtrend. We have the EMA 200 coming in, EMA 50 is being touched and respected. So it looks very, very bearish. And on top of that, we have a bearish confirmed sequence in the destroyed bullish one, which is good because we destroyed this blue bullish sequence, right? We didn't destroy it yet, it's still valid, but we have strong bearish pressure coming in, which is very, very good, because that's exactly what we want. We want all of these markers in that sense, all of the variables. If it's the dominance of BTC, Ethereum, if it's USDT dominance, if it's total market cap, we want all of that to be in a harmonious way. You know, we want to have it in a strong correlation, because if they correlate, then obviously not correlate if you take USDT dominance in that sense, because USDT dominance is going down, that's good, right? Rest is going up. BTC dominance, for example, then it's kind of like correlating to each other, which is a very, very strong case, okay? Now, when we finally go into BTC USDT, we are kind of reacting bearish now here of the 50% sell-off zone, okay? I was waiting for a re-entry over here. We spoke about it last time. Unfortunately, it did not came true, so probably gonna have to change the game plan. But so far, we are in a very mixed setup, right? We have a bearish confirmed, as you can see, and we're coming into the re-entry 50%, and we are reacting at the same time in a higher time frame, right? We are still close to finishing the overall bullish sequence since we have that we have since 3 years at 127. At the same time, we kind of did not come back so far into our reaction zone. So my game plan still says the same for now. I want this low here. I want this low here to re-enter, excuse me. And yeah, I want to wait for this key level 1 or 2 to be targeted. I mean, key level 1 was hit, right? So bullish continuation is very valid from now on. But at the same time, it would be better for long-term price stability and action that we come into key level 2, finish this zone, and then from here on go up. That's also why I have my entry in between. So I'm just going to wait and see. If we break this bearish one, then we go bullish pretty strong. If we continue bearish, then I'm just going to wait, right? But right now it's a little bit difficult to say, and there's no re-entries right now for any buy opportunities. But that doesn't matter because we profited from some very good other entries that we're going to speak about in a second. Okay, if we go into Ethereum, Ethereum right now is still finishing a bullish sequence, which is basically this one over here, right? This is the bullish sequence that we finish and see target. So if I scroll out, you're going to see it way better. And from here on, we should have a correction, which would be good to come down to the 318, so $3,183 per Ethereum, which is this zone over here, which is key level number 1, which is the most important one, that we come into this zone over here. And we are reacting bearish out of C target, which is completely normal. So the sequence got finished, the bullish structure got finished, and from here on, obviously we could see a smaller dip, something like this, and then bounce off if we get very, very bullish. But so far it is more bearish short term. Okay, if we speak about Solana, Solana is crashing out, which is very, very good, or breaking out in that sense, right? And that's also what we have foreseen, because there was a lot of bullish buying pressure in Solana over the last couple of weeks. So Solana just keeps pumping pretty much. Fundamentally one of the strongest projects after BTC and Ethereum, even stronger than Ethereum in my opinion, but I've been speaking about that many times. So here, all easy, all clean, all good. No re-entries right now. BNB, same thing, very, very strong. Talked about it many times. We had a beautiful trade over here, just going higher, which is also okay. Now, XRP is the only cryptocurrency that we are selling at this point, which is kind of paradox, because we will speak about the XRP Ethereum approved, XRP ETF approved. A little bit jet lag, guys, just landed back last night after a 10 hours flight, but I wanted to update you guys. So again, we are reacting bearish. We are on a trade right here, and I want XRP to go to 2.64, so we still have a little bit to go, but it's a pretty good price action so far. Let's see where it goes. If we find support over here or stability, then we're gonna go up again. But so far, I'm in a bearish trade. Would I re-enter the trade? No, right now not, because a couple of weeks ago, market looked way more bearish, and I would have anticipated a bigger move over the August phase, now leading into September, but so far, market is a little bit unclear. Now, some very, very good trades that we did, and we spoke about them last time. All of them I called last time. One of them is H-bar. H-bar was up 16%, right? We came down a little bit right now, so we have a little bit of a bullish correction, and then we're going to continue. So overall, I think we're going to continue bullish. Then we have IMX, which is at the top last week, was up 16%, now coming back a little bit. Casper, same thing, now coming back into drawdown, was up at around 6%. Ondo, very well performed. We were up 25.91%. Now we are also correcting 50%. As you can see, if we take this BC correction over here, we're gonna come down to the 50% correction. So also here we could see some re-entry soon. SPX, same thing, now coming back into drawdown, was up at around 18%, and then XRP again is what we're selling. So our positions are doing fairly well, especially in this market, because there's not a lot of volatility, not a lot of moves. So pretty clean. Let's see how September plays out. Again, normally it's very, very bearish, but it looks pretty good. Coinbase, same thing. We called Coinbase one of my favorite stocks to trade. Also just opened a option, my very first option. I've been learning about option trading the last couple of weeks in Japan, the last couple of days in Japan. Last 2 weeks, basically, I was in Japan just for business trading community, and then also learning about options, right? So I was not so active on trading, nor on the social media platforms, because I just didn't have the right setup and everything. But yeah, and nothing really happened in the market. Our calls were our calls. We spoke about it last time in the update. They're all valid, and we are all, overall, every position is in profit or was in profit. Today we came down a little bit, okay? But that's completely normal and all good. So Coinbase looks very good, and it's a stock, but we speak about it because it's mainly crypto, obviously, okay? Besides that, guys, let's speak about, again, the ETF. So right now, if we go into the order book, which we're going to speak about for Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, and Solana, the main and most important ones. Let's start with XRP, because XRP ETF got approved. A new era begins. The US has officially approved the first XRP ETF, a massive milestone for the crypto industry. It's clean. XRP is trading above $3 for the first time in a week. Strong resistance. That's all true. What it means, it reduces barriers for big investors who want to explore XRP. So very, very strong. I truly believe that, and this is a very nice chart about XRP. I believe that when the XRP ETF now is approved, when it launches, until the day it launches, I think it's gonna correct a little bit lower. Same thing we saw in BTC. If we go back into the BTC chart, when the ETF got approved, we started to go down a lot, you know, because it's more like kind of sell the news and you know, vibe, kind of sell the news and then buy the event, right? So we got the news and people are selling off, and then when it starts with the official distribution of the ETF and people can start to invest, then obviously it will go up. Okay, but so far, let me see. So here was the approval, if I remember well, somewhere over here, and we started to go down a lot, right? And then the ETF really was finally realized, and we started a big move and broke the all-time high and so on, right? So at the end of the day here, same thing with BTC. Oh no, it was here, I'm sorry, but it's the same thing. Okay, so here was the BTC Ethereum BTC ETF. Why do I always say Ethereum? BTC ETF approval was here. We dropped down a lot, right? And from there we started a big rally. So pretty much the same thing I'm seeing for XRP, right? So right now for XRP, I would suggest the same thing, that we kind of go down until the 2.6, 2.5 mark, right? That's our key level here at 2.63. And from there, we're gonna rally up. So I'm gonna massively re-enter over here if we hit the 50%. And right now, I still consider this as a sell. Now, if we go into the XRP and we check the order books, you can see that we are starting to see some good buy orders over here at 2.9. And we're also seeing here the rainbow chart, or the I always say Ichimoku Kinko Iyo, which is like a Japanese indicator, which basically is a support resistance, right? So if we are above the cloud and we're coming into the cloud, it's like we are bouncing off. And if we are below the cloud, it's kind of like resistance. Now we are in the support phase, right? Because we are above the cloud. So we could start to see some support here, get stop loss break even in our position, but I'm still keeping it open because again, my position is in break even. I don't mind if we go into stop loss. I'm not gonna lose anything. But so far here it looks pretty bullish. So we need to see, right? So XRP looks pretty bullish. And then we obviously gonna speak about Solana. So if we speak about Solana, Solana continues to have very, very strong buy limit orders over here. We are clearly above the cloud, coming back into the cloud, touching it. The only thing is here in rotation, we are pretty high, and normally we would rotate out. So we could see a correction, but that's completely okay. I mean, Solana performed very, very well. Easy for a correction, good for a re-entry for us. Okay, now let's speak about Ethereum, and then we do BTC. Okay, so Ethereum, USDT, USDM. We are rotating. We're kind of like in the middle of the rotation, so there's not a lot of momentum, but we start to see a very strong ceiling here at 4,900 and 5,000 big sell orders. Don't mean that they're going to be triggered and they're going to stay there, but again, the same thing the chart is showing us here on the 4 hours. And let's go into a daily to get a better overview. We are clearly above the cloud. If we go into the 4H, we are kind of touching into the cloud, right? Kind of finding support here, and we could see a bounce off, a pretty strong one, or we could see a bigger drop into, which we said, Ethereum USD. So we said at 3.2. Let's see where we are sitting here at 3.2. 3.2 would be too low for USDM, but if we go into spot Coinbase, let's see where the big ones start. 3.8. Yeah, there's no real buy orders, only sell limit, so needs to build up. There's no interest in Ethereum right now, so it is very undecisive. I would say more bearish than bullish right now. And then obviously the final big boss, BTC USD, we do first spot. For spot, you can see we have heavy spot ask at 105k, so they are foreseeing a correction. And if we go into BTC USDT, my entry would be at around 103. Key level is at 111 and then 199. Okay, so just above the 100 key level, and this one is going to 104, this one is going to 100. So around here, 104 and 100, 105 and 100, we have a strong support zone, which is this one here, which we're probably gonna come into. So this would probably be the next leg for BTC, and then really getting in this heavy buy orders because we are also very high in the rotation. Now, if we go into a more detailed overview, which is the USDM, which is the futures, we're gonna see that we have strong sell limit orders, very strong at 116, just above where we are, and then we are getting into some buy orders, which are pretty okay at 114, and rotation is also at its top. So it looks like we're gonna become a little bit more bearish in BTC. But yeah, overall, very, very good news. Let's speak about our meme coins for a second. Our meme coins, SPX, we spoke about it, is up. Candle is also up, and Tick is not really reacting so far. We just need to wait, but looks pretty good overall for crypto, to be honest. Yeah. With that being said, guys, thank you for this update. Always a big honor, and obviously I love to do these updates, guys. And I wish to see you in the next one. If you want to know anything, any comments, put them below. I'm always there to answer and help. And if you're interested in learning about trading, joining the largest trading community in the world, then just let me know on Instagram. I'm gonna tell you how you can join us, how you can learn trading, how I do it since 8 years. And I'm looking forward to see you on the next one. Make sure to follow and like. Let's go.